Hey, so I'm applepieash, and this is my YouTube. I've already got one video up, which is my Sounds Like Feels Like Sheffield experience with sound check and front row seats. So if you haven't seen that one, you can go and watch that one. But this one's going to be quite similar because it's another concert experience. We got last minute tickets to Cardiff, the first night at Cardiff. I think it was at the Motorpoint Arena in Cardiff. We got last minute tickets to go up and see 5 Seconds of Summer again up there. It was a bit of a surprise because I didn't know that we were going until the day, and it was a really good night. I was going to upload a merch haul for my Sounds Like Feels Like, but seeing as we went to Cardiff as well, I got something else there, so I'll put it all into one video rather than just have like loads of them, because I know that can get boring, and I've got quite a lot of other content I want to put up other than just me talking about Sounds Like Feels Like. So overall we were in block 4, row A, which I was really surprised about because it was front row again. And considering when we bought the tickets, I didn't really realise how close we were going to be. I thought they were going to be quite far back, maybe on the balconies, but they were right front row. So this is my video about my Cardiff Sounds Like Feels Like on, I think it was 15th of April, yeah, 15th of April. Because it was so late, like they noticed, we drove up straight after school, so we left where we live about 4:30, and it was supposed to be like a 2-hour drive, 2 hours and 20 minutes I think it told us. So it was quite squat together because we couldn't leave school early for it because my school's weird. It just doesn't allow it like for anything, and most of my attendance is bad as it is, so it was out of the questions. So we left the house about 4:30 and drove up to Cardiff. We got there and then we pulled up to park, but we kind of got lost in the car park because we just didn't know where to go. So by the time we got our tickets from the box office, where we were supposed to pick them up, we went into the arena and Jester Ray was performing. He was performing as we walked in to find our seats, and we had to go to a security guard to find where our seats were because it didn't seem like we were in the right place because we were so far forward. So we went and found our seats. And I think Desiree did the same cover of Same Old Love by Selena Gomez, which is still really impressive the second time round. Like, the high notes is still amazing. Like, sometimes in songs you get people who just can't go high, but he can, like, it's a really good act to sing. And he also played No Warning, which is his latest release. We were late going in, so we didn't get to see some of the earlier songs, but we did get there in time to see Don Bronco. But before we went over to Don Bronco, we also went over to the merch desk to see if they had anything different, and they had some of the venue posters left, so I got that as well. I don't actually know where it is, it's in the house somewhere, but I'll put a photo of the Cardiff poster up as well because I really like it. It's quite different from the Sheffield one in quite a few ways. So yeah, I'll put a photo up somewhere. And we also, we saw Don Bronco playing, and I can't remember anything we played. Like, they were quite a good act. I prefer Jester Ray over them, but they were still a good act. And I remember them playing one called Fire, and the chorus was, they told us to basically just scream fire over and over again. And they played another one called Nerves, and they engaged the crowd quite well because they told everybody to kind of hold up their lights, and because it was a slow song, and the arena looked so good. Like, even before First Off had come on, like, just the way like the arena had already been lit up, kind of it boosted the rest of the show as well, I feel. So there was something like, I don't know if it was like a 20-minute interval. I kind of lost track of time again at this concert because it just kind of blurred together. Like, we went in, just already finished, Don Bronco finished, and then like they were getting the stage ready for Cardiff to come on, and I just have no idea what time it was because everything just kind of moved so fast, and it was like so dark in there as well. And I wasn't looking at my phone the whole time because at Sheffield my phone died and I was unable to get like some of the videos. But this time my phone ran out of storage during Castaway, which I'm quite gutted about because it's one of my favourites and I really wanted to catch that one, but I didn't. And we got most of the others though because I used my dad's phone through the rest of the concert after my phone died. So when Five Sauce came on, the first thing I noticed was Ashton was wearing red, and it sounds so ridiculous, but like he looked so good in red. Like I don't know, it's just he looked good in red. Like I don't know, I just have a thing for Ashton in red. Okay, don't worry about it. And the first thing I played again was the intro to Outer Space and Carry On. And that went straight into Hey Everybody, which went straight into Money, so that was quite like a fast entrance to the show. And again, like it was at Sheffield, everything just kind of blurred together. Like I couldn't see, like I could see things, like, and stuff just kind of happened in front of my face, and I didn't really have time to process what was going on before it already happened. And that's one of the weird things about it. I feel like it's just weird, like being there and being that close to somebody that you've looked at for like years or in like months. But yeah, I was seeing them there. The first thing I think they stopped to say was before Amnesia, and it was kind of Callum's talking part. Like I think he does it like every show before Amnesia. He introduces it, and he asked, "Can Cardiff sing?" And the response to that was like really quiet, like nobody yelled or screamed or like there were a few. It was so quiet, and Callum kind of looked so confused that nobody was like singing or shouting. And he kind of made the assumption that Cardiff couldn't sing, so he asked it again, and he kind of got a better response than that time. But yeah, apparently Cardiff can't sing. But when we sang Beside You and the whole arena was singing it, it did sound amazing. Like, just like hearing it, especially because it's one of the older songs, it's just beautiful to hear in the arena. They played some more songs, and then they did another speaking part. Like, I remember the speaking parts more clearly than the actual songs because it kind of, the whole kind of show kind of slowed down a little bit. So we could like, kind of like a breather, kind of, just to make sure that everybody was still there. And Michael kind of spoke during this part, and he asked who would be seeing them next year on tour, and who would be seeing them the year after, the next 5 years, and then the next 10 years. And he's kind of asked, is everybody having a good time? And he made everybody put their arms up in the air and scream if they were having a good time, because he felt bad that they didn't put their arms up in the air. So, yeah. Yeah, he just kind of felt bad that they didn't put their arms in the air, so they did. And this was when they did their Wales song about venue, which was, I'm not sure if I prefer the Wales one or the Sheffield one, because they are both amazing. But the song was called I Want to Be Welsh. But they then added that it was to be called Welsh, parenthesis, I Wanna Be. So I don't know what it's supposed to be. But I'll put some of the footage of it in after at some point, like I did in my other video. And during this like stop or breather as well, during kind of the like progress of the concert, some of the confetti had fallen from the sky. Like, I'm guessing it was like a different show, like the one before, and it like there were only like 5 or 6 bits, and just it kind of floated down. And I remember Luke picking one up and kind of saying that there wasn't any confetti in our concert, and Michael said that it was like making it more rock, I think. And then Callum from the other side of the stage said it was sounds budget, feels budget, and that it said a lot about the concert, which, yeah. But the best thing about this warning is you can just put any words there, like, you can just put everything in there, like, yeah. It doesn't even need to make sense. Luke also said that he heard Welsh people were crazy, like, in a good and lovely way. So, yeah. Oh, and Michael also said that not everywhere where you go on like tour, if you're just talking to each other on stage, not everywhere will the crowd just randomly yell. At Sheffield, I don't think they did. Like, no, not many people yelled just in talking. But at Cardiff, it was so different. Like, whatever they said, they'd get a yell afterwards, kind of like supportive of them, and that's quite good for the fans. And then Michael kind of went like, "Oh man," and then everybody yelled, and then he said like, "That was good," and everybody yelled again, and then he said, "I could say anything," and then he started talking about beef, and everybody yelled again. He also said that he wanted to find out something, and that he was gonna like interrogate us for it. So he said that, and then they played Permanent Vacation, and I think it was Vapor after that one, and then they went off for the interval. The band came back on after kind of, I think it was like maybe a 5 minute interval, like between songs, when it was dark, and they played She's Kind of Hot, and then She Looks So Perfect as well afterwards. So they were the encore songs, but the projects that were supposed to be done, the Worldwide project and the Rainbow project, they weren't done because I think security at the arenas were getting tighter or something, because I think at the O2 as well, and the shows between, the security were taking away some of the fan projects, which I don't understand. But someone said it was for copywriting because of mass production of all the logos. So I don't know. But after the show, we went around and waited outside, like, and we did the same at Sheffield, but it was like a different setup. So we waited around outside, but at the start there were so many people there because it seemed like quite an open venue around the back. Like there wasn't anywhere like blocking it off. Like it was quite open, like all the roads and everything. So there were quite a few people out there. We stayed until about 1 in the morning again, like we did before. So we were there quite late, and there were still quite a few people left at the end. And security had already told us that like nobody was going to come out of the building. And like you've got to understand it because like they need to rest and stuff. So we weren't like expecting them to come out, like not just because there's people out there, like they don't have to. So they said that they weren't coming out. But Callum did come out. He kind of came around like out to the front of the bus, kind of, and he went in the bus and then went back out and then back into the building. So I'm guessing that he was meant to get something. And then they must have all got around on the back exit of the bus because like we didn't see anybody apart from Luke, who did kind of come around the front and use the front entrance to it. So they probably went around the back. But they put on their Snapchat story that they were still in there playing video games with Don Bronco until Don Bronco did leave. The Don Bronco band did come out and kind of come over, and I got a photo and autograph with Matt, who's the drummer of the band. So I was okay with that because we kind of met him. At first I didn't recognise him. Like, I feel kind of bad now because I recognised him kind of from somewhere. Like, but everybody was kind of taking photos. So I went over and took a photo as well. Like, it wasn't until like he walked away that we sort of realised that it was the drummer from Dumb Wonder and not just somebody who people wanted to take photos with. So the bus left. I think it was probably about 1, and maybe a bit before 1, that the bus did go, and it drove off, like and everybody was kind of waiting. And security started packing up the arena, or like some of the like the barricades to stop fans going too far forward, like and getting hit by the bus. So they kind of started packing away, and kind of some people stayed like for a little bit because it kind of because Jezere was still in the building with bands that were performing with him, so they were still inside the building, and they did wave to us kind of from out the window, but we didn't stay until they left because it was quite late as it was, and we had to drive back during the night because we had nowhere to stay. So they were waving like out of the windows of the building, and like even before First Shots got on the bus, you could kind of every now and then you would see Michael's head like just in the window, there. Like they didn't really look out the windows, but you could kind of see them move around in the dressing rooms and stuff. Also, right after the concert, security like packed up and they took some gifts for the First Shots, and I'm guessing they're giving it to the tour manager. So they took some gifts, and they also they must have like felt sorry for my dad because they gave him one of Michael's guitar picks for us. So we got one of those, which is amazing of them to do. So, and they just kind of gave it to us. Like we didn't ask. I feel like security at Cardiff were much different from the ones at Sheffield, because at Sheffield it was all quite tight in the way of no cameras, no nothing. But then at Cardiff it was quite a lot more relaxed, and they kind of let you. We were right on the floor, and they kind of let you step off like the little podium because it was quite small, and I'm pretty sure I would have fallen off, like tripped over. So yeah. So this video was a whole lot shorter than my Sheffield one because not as much happened in the whole day, because it was only we were only there from 6 till about 1 in the morning, so we weren't there all that long. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll put my Instagram link in the description below because I was going to put that in my last video, but I just didn't get around to it in the end. So, and I'll also put my Twitter down there, even though I don't really use it that much, but you guys can follow it if you want, and I'll try and follow back. But my Instagram's in this really cute thing where it's not letting me follow anybody, so I'll try, but I can't promise anything.
She's never true. She can speak Welsh. Cardiff makes a noise. Cardiff, I have a few questions that I'm going to ask you. It's like an interrogation right now. You're about to be interrogated by me. That's about to be it. That's not what I meant. Have you had a good time tonight? Have you had the best night of your entire life tonight? You didn't put your hand up. You didn't yell. I want to know why. I didn't ask you, Kennedy, you're going to yell this time. Have you had the best night of your whole life? Thank you. Now I don't feel so bad. I need to know if you're going to tell every single person you know about this gig. Yeah.
I can't do that.
You can't?
No.
Why not?
I'm not going to invest that much time.
Oh, yeah. You know what, that's fair enough. If you got other things to do, then it's fine. Are you guys going to come see us next year? What about the year after that? What about the next 10 years in a row consecutively?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we move to Cardiff, become Welsh, love dragons, and just have a cool accent?
Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh. 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 I wanna be Welsh. I wanna be Welsh today. All right, wait, we're gonna sing. Everyone in here is going to sing Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh.
Can we pick the BPM up?
Yeah, we will. And then if you need to sing it really loud, even if you are Welsh, you have to sing it really loud anyway, okay? How fast? Okay, alright. We'll start it slow and then we'll pick it up, okay? Guys, are you ready? This is called Welsh.
Welsh, I want to be. What's called there? Welsh parentheses.
What about
Welsh parentheses, I wanna be. I wanna be. That's good.
I like that.
Alright, sorry.
What's the harmony?
Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh. 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 But wait, they just told me that I just can't call myself Welsh. But wait, they just tell me that I'll never be Welsh. And this is what I say. I want that people. Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh. Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh. Welsh, Welsh, I wanna be Welsh. Awesome. I really liked that song. Usually we make up a song in every city, and I think that was probably one of my favorites.
Catchy. You like that?
Alright guys, so if anyone in here wants to write that song and release it to mainstream Welsh radio,
wait a second.
as long as we have writing credits, it's all good.
There's confetti. There's one piece of confetti just fell from the sky.
You know what? I think
We don't have confetti in our show.
that shows something about this concert. It's like still rocking, but on a budget. You know what I mean?
Where did that even come from?
Sounds budget, feels budget.
Sounds budget, feels budget.